It's a really beautiful day here today. It's a little on the chilly side, but it's nice. Sun's out and nature, the trees are really starting to bloom. I was hoping you could hear more of the birds. There was a lot more bird song going on than the mic was able to pick up. I was kind of hoping the breeze would pick up too, so those wind chimes would chime in a little bit. And I picked those up yesterday. It's a nice little accent to the environment here. I've just created a very spiritual, chilled environment here. I mean, that's that was like the point of moving here, was to get into nature and to really heal, to really level up spiritually, really kind of get back in touch with my spiritual side and to disconnect from YouTube, especially just the toxic environment. And I mean, technology sort of in general, I 100% believe in this. I don't think technology per se is evil. I think, it has its uses. I think we have developed a brand, a style, a type of what I call dirty technology. I think we use a lot of, like our electric wires and whatnot, and sort of the electricity, the energy that we harness and transport across, with all these wires. It's a very dirty kind of form of technology. It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's crude. It's, I think, thinking about, the more esoteric types of energies that are out there. Tesla was definitely onto things. I'm kind of I've always sort of, been aware of Tesla, and I have a very basic understanding of kind of what he was doing and talking about. But I'm kind of getting a little bit more into, what he was doing. And, I definitely believe, what's his face? The other jerk off. Anyway, I definitely believe, was it Bell? Alexander Graham Bell? Was it Bell? Was that Tesla's rival? And he really fucked over Tesla. And anyway, I really definitely believe in that kind of stuff, that this is, that's the kind of world we live in. It's very, just look at YouTube. YouTube is if people can be that competitive and petty over YouTube channels, imagine, how petty and manipulative and whatnot people can get over, when millions and billions of dollars are at stake. So, yeah, it's definitely not a reach to imagine that something like that was the case, that somebody would be completely, have their reputation and their work completely tarnished because somebody else wanted to, profit from it. So anyway, that's not the point I'm trying to make here. I just, one of the things I did, I just wanted to kind of say some things, and this doesn't mean I'm back. I'm never coming back. I just not into I'm on YouTube still. I just kind of stick to a very, the more spiritual side of things. I kept this channel because I use this channel to chat and whatnot, and but as far as the drama community I'll never be a part of that stuff again. I can't. I've said it before, I've outgrown it, and I continue to feel further and further away from it. Further because it's amount of degrees, not actual distance. Anyway. I said some things kind of, I hate all of you, and obviously I can't hate all of you because I barely know most of you. And I just, and talking about bad juju and whatnot, that's bad juju. And I want to retract that. I don't feel that way. I get very frustrated sometimes about the way the things that the conclusions and the assumptions that people make. Especially when it concerns situations and people that's you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know anything about this. And and it fits into the whole false narrative thing. And it frustrates. It's something that's always frustrated me. It's no, that's not accurate. You're making assumptions and you're projecting, and I get frustrated and upset sometimes about that kind of stuff. And I don't want that bad, the bad juju of hating people. I don't want that. I don't want to carry that around, and I've talked about this a million times. Buddha said, hating another person is like, drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And because that's, you're the one carrying around that negative emotion, that negative weight. The other person isn't affected by it at all. And so, I'm the only one who's, by, hating everyone, I'm the one who's, that's bad juju. I don't want that in my life. And I've worked too hard to develop myself spiritually to, let that to even manifest that, and then, let alone carry it around. And all you have to do is just kind of glance around in the drama communities to see what hatred does to people, to see what, jealousy and hatred and anger and, envy and all these things does to people. It's not good. I've worked too hard to, and I do believe that, there are people are trying to, whether they're conscious of it or not. There's an attempt to sort of pull me back in, and some things happened last week, and it was like, no, I don't want to participate. I don't want to be a part of, that drama stuff. And I popped in, a few weeks ago into, Lycan's chat and, tossed around a couple of jokes and then left. And, I kind of looking back at it, I was like, what are you doing? Why are you even doing that? Don't even do that kind of shit. Just stay away 100%. Just stay the fuck away. And it's not, it's not that I hate people on here. It's just, there's some people on there I completely disagree with everything that they stand for and that they're about. And I think there's a lot of just people on here who are full of shit and hypocrites, and I still wonder sometimes, are you just fucking around? Are you aware of how full of shit of how duplicitous you are? Or is this just, you're not, you're that clueless. You're that not self-aware, unself-aware. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's their karma anyway. So it does, I could speculate endlessly on, all sorts of things. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, it's more that I don't want to associate it. I've disassociated myself with everybody, basically, and, there's one person I was hoping would sort of, come along, I guess, with me, and that person didn't want to. And, that person is more interested in engaging in the YouTube lifestyle than, trying to develop something else. And that is okay. It's their prerogative. I'm not gonna sweat it. It's their life, and it's their karma, and, they got to work that shit out. We all have to work out our own shit, and sometimes you just got to let go of things and of people. And, it's just, and it can be hard, but it's necessary sometimes for your own spiritual development and your own personal development, is to let go of people who just, whatever, for whatever reason. And so that's, with that one person in particular, but, in general, I've had to let go of a lot of people because it's just not, it's not healthy. It's just not, I'm not benefiting, that sounds selfish, but it's not beneficial to me to maintain, some of these relationships, because they're not going anywhere, So, and some of the places they are going are, not good, negative. And it's just like, so it's like, well, so that's, nobody gives a shit, and but I give a shit. This is this kind of stuff is for me, and I don't, whatever. So I just the bad juju. I don't want any of that kind of shit on me, and in me, and any of that kind of stuff. And I've let go of so much stuff, and I hate, when you kind of feel like you're sort of regressing a little bit in those situations. And so I wanted to rectify that, make amends, if you will. So yeah, I wanted to share that little clip of nature, because it's just, I think people are lost on here. I think a lot of people kind of get, YouTube, I've watched it happen. I think YouTube has a way of consuming people, whether you're aware of it or not. And I think, I think several people are very in denial about how YouTube has consumed their lives. and sort of, the sort of the confirmation towards, the YouTube. Yeah, because that's one of the things I was very aware of, early on, and especially several years ago. I could see, people trying to push me towards, like closing yourself off, and not talking about certain things, and and not being emotional, because it's, I don't know, somehow that's a bad thing, and it's weird to me. I don't know, but that's just very reflective of sort of the sort of lower astral aspect of this environment, where it's just it's this place is trying, and its job is to make you shut down, to close yourself off to yourself, to others, to nature, and then to get lost inside of it. And that's sad to me. And it's disappointing to sort of see the way some people are behaving. And I just, but it's their karma. And it's a lesson for me to just sort of detach, to detach from certain things and certain people, because it just, because you can, and I've experienced it. I've been, if you, when you are attached to certain people, and, and you sort of have a bond and a relationship, and that person starts spiraling down, you can get caught in that vortex, that whirlwind with them. And it's not good. And I just, I don't, I just don't want to do that again. I just don't want to suffer those kinds of consequences, because it's just I care too much about my own spiritual well-being and spiritual development to regress in such a way like that. It's not worth it.